Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty, guys. So welcome. This is your host, Tiny Jester. We are going to be using Inside Pitch Baseball to relive and replay the 2019 MLB Major League Baseball playoffs. So today's games are going to be the two wildcard games. The first game is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays heading out west to take on the Oakland A's. So the way this is going to be set up is we're going to replay them just like they were the wildcard games. Whoever wins the wildcard games will go take on the Astros and the Dodgers. Then we'll also play that series. Whoever wins this will go on to face the Astros. We'll play that 5-game series. Whoever wins that. So basically just a replay. I'm not playing exact. I'm playing, if Oakland wins this, I'm not playing Tampa Bay versus the Astros. I'm not replaying that. I'm playing Oakland and the Astros then. So whoever wins is going to move on. It's going to be set up just like they do in MLB. Wildcard games, 1 game and you're done. The Division Series, best of 5, and then the Championship Series, best of 7, and of course the World Series, best of 7. We'll see who can make it there. All right, we will be using the actual lineups, assuming that all the players will be carded and everything. I'm pretty sure they will be, but in case there isn't, we will have to make a substitution. I didn't run into any problems here in the first game anyways. So there you go. So that's going to be the setup. The baseball season is almost upon us. So I've turned injuries off. So anyways, the baseball season, 2020 season's getting close. So I'm not going to have a time to do a full season replay of any team. I ended up picking up the 2017, 2018, and 2019 computer seasons from Inside Pitch. Definitely check out Inside Pitch Baseball. And they have cards and dice, PDF. You can buy the printed version, or as you can see, you can buy the computer version. So, Al Red Sox fan is here. Kirk Berglund is here as well. 2 great, wonderful channels. Check these guys out. Awesome content creators. Love everything they do. So, we're going to be playing the 2019 series, or postseason, and we'll get it done before the new season starts here. So that is going to be my goal. Picked up, like I said, Inside Pitch seasons 2017, 18, 19. I don't have time to do a full 2019 season replay, but I am going to be doing the playoffs. So here we go. Tampa Bay, the Rays make the playoffs. They head out to Oakland to face off against the powerful Oakland A's. The starting lineups: Yanni Diaz for the Tampa Bay's Rays at first base, Tommy Pham is the DH, Austin Meadows in left field, Travis d'Arnaud is the catcher, Matt Duffy's at third, Yanisel Garcia is in right field, Willie Adames is the shortstop, Kevin Killmeyer is in center field, and Michael Brosier is at second base. Charlie Morton is the pitcher for the Rays. For the hometown Oakland A's, Marcus Semien is short. Ramon Laureano in right field. Matt Chapman is at third. Matt Olson's at first. Mark Canta is the center fielder. Jurickson Profar is second base. Chris Davis is the DH. Robbie Grossman is in left field. Sean Murphy is the catcher. And pitching today for the A's, Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea, let's look at him. He has got a killer card. Holy crap. He had a 1.21 ERA. He only pitched 30 innings, but he did start this game in real life. Again, I'm going to be using actual lineups from all the games. And if Oakland makes it to the next round, then I'll have to set up their own, their own lineup based on how I thought they might do it. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so there we go. He has got a killer card. 4-0 with a 1.21 ERA. Tampa Bay's got their hands full. All right, here we go. We're on the way. Hope all is well with everyone out there. Sean Manaea finishes his warm-up pitches. Let's look at Ring Central Coliseum. New name this year. Ring Central Coliseum. Grossman out in left field. Great range, no errors. Canna at center field. Below average range. Pretty low on errors. They're down in right field. Low range. Doesn't make very many errors. In fact, he makes no errors. But he does have that -2 for base advancement. So that will be huge. Any ball going out into right field. In the infield, Chapman's a 5 range. Awesome. 4 error. Simeon is a 3 with 4 error. Profar is a 2 with 8 error. And Olsen is a great range, a 5 with the 4 error. Manaea on the mound, 3 range, which is average and inside pitch, and no errors. Behind the plate is Murphy. 3 and 3 for range and pass balls. 16 error. He does make a lot of errors, but he does have a -1 on steal attempts. All right, let's get things rolling here. Again, -2 on strikeouts, nothing on walks, and let's get rolling. Inside pitch baseball 2019 MLB playoffs. Here we go. Manaea finishes warm-up pitches and gets a sign from Murphy behind the plate. Yanni Diaz. And here comes the first pitch. It is a 4-5, and that's going to be a possible strikeout. 13 is too high, so Diaz is going to get a chance at it. It's a 52. That's going to be ground ball to Olsen, and he's going to take it to the bag himself for the first out. And here comes the DH, Tommy Pham. Oh, we forgot to look at Yanni Diaz, but we'll do that later. There is Tommy Pham. 21 home runs, 25 stolen bases, 273 average. Sean Manaea, and here comes the pitch for 3. That's a star line. That's going to be a lazy fly ball out there to Mariano out in right field. He'll make the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Austin Meadows for Tampa Bay. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Cancel changes. Cancel, yes. Back to the game. Urgh. Yes. Close, please. I don't need you anymore. Back to the game. Ugh. Why did I hit the wrong button? Come on. Close out. Why is this being a pain in the butt? Back to the game. It won't actually... Are you sure you want to cancel any changes? Yes, I am sure. I want to go back to the game. Left field. Why did this? It took me 5 minutes, 10 minutes to set this up. I don't want to have to set it up again. Urgh. I can't actually load or save the lineup either. Blah, blah, blah. Right. We just want to go back to the game. It thinks I want to make a change, but I don't. Yes, I want to cancel the changes. I want to go back to the game, please. How why? I can't. Wonder, can I play it without that? I can just move that out of the way, maybe. Let's see if it'll actually let me play it. So Austin Meadows is up. Let's see. 2-5. And that's a star line again. Now it's going to be a ground ball down to Chapman. Chapman races in, throws it to Olsen. And that will retire the side. Now let's see if I can go back to the game. Yes, okay. Huh, that was weird. Okay. So, here is the Oakland A's and their powerful lineup against Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton, 16-6, 3.05 ERA. Pitched almost 200 innings, only gave up 154 hits, 240 strikeouts, only 57 walks. Let's see how he does against the A's here in the bottom of the first inning. Charlie Morton, the right-hander, against Marcus Semien. Let's look at Semien now. Let's make sure I don't click on the wrong button again. All right, so Marcus Semien, 33 home runs, 10 stolen bases, 285 average. He's a 5-4 against the righties, a blank. Semien, 6-1. That's going to be a fly ball to Garcia. He waits on it and makes that catch out there in right field. And due up is Ramon Laureano. He is 24 home runs, 13 stolen bases, 288 average, 3-4. Against the right-hander is a star line. Otherwise, against lefties, that would have been a home run check. That's going to be a ground ball as Laureano tops that one. Takes a bounce in the dirt. Brousseau at second. Flings it over to Diaz at first for the out. 2 up, 2 down, and Matt Chapman. 36 home runs, 1 stolen base, 249 average. Right-hander again, 2-2. Hit by the pitch, possibly. He's got a 16 rating, that is a 2, so he will definitely be hit by the pitch, and our first man is aboard for the A's. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Matt Olson, 36 home runs, no stolen bases, 267 average. Matt Olson, the first baseman. He's a left-hander. 2-2. Another hit by pitch. And whoa, Nilly. Charlie Morton's plunked 2 in a row. Oh boy. That brings up Mark Canha. 26 home runs, 3 stolen bases, 273 average. Charlie Morton trying to get out of the first inning here after getting a little wild in some of these pitches. That 2-2 result is not what he wanted to see. 5-2. That's a strikeout plus. That is a 19, 20, or 20 is a 18, so that is a strikeout. So Morton comes back and gets him with the strikeout. We go to the second inning. Still scoreless here at Ring Central Coliseum. Kurt Berglund. Hey, idea, just thought of another reason why you should try pine tar. This won't happen. Good one. All right, Chaminade trying to get through another inning here. He's facing off against Travis d'Arnaud for the Rays. 16 home runs, no stolen bases, 251 average. Manaya, 4-6, and we got our first range play. First range play is going to go to 4-2, and this is going to be out to Grossman. Unless he rolls a 6, he'll make the play. He makes the play. Good diving stop out there in the outfield by Grossman. Steals the hit away from Travis d'Arnaud. Matt Duffy only played in 46 games, had 147 at-bats. Only 1 home run, no stolen bases, 252 average for Matt Duffy. Manaya, left-hander, wheels and deals, 4-5 possible strikeout. Nope, Duffy won't swing at that one. 2-5, and that is going to be a ground ball to Profar. Profar scoops and throws. 2 away. And Avisail Garcia played 125 games, had 61 runs, 72 RBIs, 20 home runs, 10 stolen bases, 282 average for the Rays. Garcia, right-hander, 4-2, and stay right 3 called on the outside corner, and it's another Good inning for Sean Manaea. That brings Morton back out to face off against Profar. Profar, 20 home runs, 9 stolen bases, 218 average. Not very good average, but pretty good for when he was in there. 6-4, possible error in a throw. Profar. 2-5, that's a fly ball. That one's going out to Kilmar. No error check needed. Chris Davis, the DH. 23 home runs. He's got a lot of pop, but he does swing wild with a 220 average. Chris Davis, 3-3, and that would be a 20, so that's out of range. So Chris Davis, 3-5, and that's going to be a single into center field. Kilmar can't get to that one, and we have our first hit of the ball game here in the bottom of the second inning. Chris Davis is aboard. And that brings up Robbie Grossman, the left fielder. And we didn't check Robbie. Robbie, 6 home runs, 9 stolen bases, 240 average. 4-5, and no strikeout. Grossman foul tips that one off, and Deneau can't hold on to it as it goes to the backstop. So Grossman's going to get another pitch, 4-4, and that one is hit well right at Broussard, though. And he will throw it to first, but getting back there in time is Davis. 2 outs now for Sean Murphy. 4 home runs, 245 average. He only played in 20 games. Only had 53 at-bats. Sean Murphy, the catcher. Bleacher Bums Gaming. Nice, some inside pitch back on the channel, he says. Having a lot of fun with the cards and dice version. Yep, check out Bleacher Bums Gaming. He's doing some inside pitch as well. So good for him. All right, 1-1 possible strikeout on Murphy. That is not in range. Shot on Murphy. 2-1, and then he's going to line that one into right field. Garcia's on the run. He gets over his head. It's going to fall in. Chris Davis, he rounds third. He's going to come home and score. And the A's take the lead on the double by Sean Murphy off of with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-out double drives in Chris Davis all the way from first base. And that brings up Marcus Semien. 5-5 walk plus. He walked him. So open base. And Morton didn't want to face him. So he walked him. So runners at first and second here. Ramon Lariano, the right-hander. Righty-righty matchup 6-5. And no strikeout. That one is called a ball. It's 2-2 count on Lariano. He gets another pitch. And this one he lifts high towards the line, out in right field. Garcia over there to make the catch. But the A's do strike in the bottom of the second on 2 hits, 1 run, no errors. We go to the top of the third. It is 1-0 Oakland. Baseball Demos is in the house. Inside pitch is becoming my favorite game. Although the red, white, and blue racing has my attention currently, he says. Baseball Demos, wonderful channel. Check him out. Check out Kirk Berglund and Bleacher Bums Gaming, Al Red Sox fan. Everybody followed my lead. Finally, it's taken you guys a year and a half, but you finally got on the inside pitch track. If you guys would have listened to me earlier. All right, here we go. Willie Adames, and I'm not sure if we looked at his card yet, but 152 games. He had 20 home runs and 4 stolen bases, 254 average. Sean Manaea, 5-6 wild pitch. We can't ignore that with no one on. It's just a repitch. 4-3. That's going to be a fly ball out to Lariano in right field. He'll make the catch. 1 away. Kevin Kiermaier, 14 home runs, 19 stolen bases, 228 average. 6-3, and this one's going to be in there. Fastball by Manaea. Blew it right by Killmeyer. He shakes his head as he heads back to the bench. Yeah, we all wish it had the autoplay feature demos. We all wish Inside Pitch had autoplay where it would autoplay the other games. All right, Michael Brosseau, 50 games. He played at 132 at-bats. And 6 home runs, 1 stolen base, 273 average. Manaea, 4-2, another strikeout chance. And 3-4. That's going to be grounder back to Manaea. He knocks it down, gets off the mound, underhand to Olsen, and gets him in time. 9 up, 9 down here in the wild card game. Winner goes on to Houston to face off against the Astros. And Mark Chapman's back up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that is nothing. Matt Chapman, 24. That's going to be grounder. Adames at short. Dive, stop from his knees. Throws in time. Nailed him. Half a step. That brings up Matt Olson. 3-3, and that one is going to be blank. Matt Olson, 4-5, and this is going to be a fly ball to Garcia out in right field. And that brings up Kana, 5-4 again. And that is a blank. And a 1-1, that's going to be a ground ball down to Diaz. He's going to run to the bag and beat Canta to it for the out. We go to the 4th. So far, Manaea has been perfect through 3. Back to the top of the lineup, Yanni Diaz, 5-6, wild pitch we can ignore again. 5-6, again he's wild with these pitches, but that's a good time to roll it, is when nobody's on base. 6-6, uh-oh. Oh! Yanni Diaz 1-15 from a left-hander, and the roll is a 16, so no home run off Manaea. Wow, Yanni Diaz had a pitch down the middle and didn't swing at it. Instead, he is going to get a star line into left field, 16, and that's going to be off the wall. It's going to bounce back into play. It's over the head of Grossman. He's got to track it down. Diaz on his horse. Round second. Grossman, here's the throw to Chapman. It's offline, and diving in with a triple is Yanni Diaz. And now the Rays have something going here. With nobody out here. And they're going to play. They're going to play in. Every run in this game with these two pitchers is going to be important, so they're going to play in. That brings up Tommy Pham, the DH. Triple off of Manaea. 2-2, and stay right 3. Pham swinging at the 0-2 fastball. That one happened to be a slider, though. Fooled him out of his hand. And Pham 0-2. Brings up Austin Meadows. Again, they will play in. Manaea trying to get out of this after giving up that gopher ball. This one is going out to right field. Is it deep enough? Lariano, he steps back. He waits for it and makes the catch. And it's not a sacrifice fly roll. And Diaz. So it's a 1. So we look at the 2. Lead runner advances if the roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's base runner. Oh, lead runner advances. 1, 2. So on a roll of 1. Normally this would be green. So why is it yellow? Lead runner should advance. the second roll is for... maybe that's not the case. Lead runner advances. If roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's base running, the trailing runner advances on the throw. And this could make a big difference in the outcome of this game. I'm going to have to pull out my actual inside pitch charts here to see. So give me a second, folks. All right, so let's look at our chart. I do happen to have the chart right here. So I want to sacrifice flyouts. Reroll the D6 on the throw chart with the base run plus outfield arm. I don't think he goes, even though it says lead runner advances. Because it's the throw chart is you're rolling the die for the first runner advancement. And when you roll 1, you then go to a secondary chart. The secondary chart is for the second runner advancement. Because the first runner automatically, if you roll 1, advances, and if you roll a 6, he automatically gets thrown out. So, I think he scores. Because if you actually look at the chart, and this is in this game of all games that we play, this one might be, and I will actually show you guys the chart, and you guys tell me what you think. If we go to inside pins, right, and we look at our charts, where are the charts? Here are the charts. Chart. All right, so you guys, I know a lot of you play inside pitch, baseball demos, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Al, I don't know if Al has played inside pitch or not, but you can see here it says runner on third, less than 2 outs, roll the D6, and you look. No, the first step is to look for the sacrifice fly rating, which was a failed. The second thing you do is reroll the D6 on the throw chart with the base running plus the outfield arm. All right. So when you look at the throw chart, which is right here, you can see it says here first runner advancement die. So when you throw on this chart, you roll a 1, which is there. It says check second die roll of the first chart on the 1 chart. So you can see the throw chart says first runner advancement, right? Now under the 1 chart, which is over here, hopefully, let me slide this over so you guys can see everything. It says on roll 1 throw chart, this is the second runner advancement die. Because the lead runner advances. It doesn't matter if the die roll is higher, less than, or equal to, because you can see in both situations the lead runner advances. There is no secondary runner, so I'm assuming because you rolled a 1, he automatically makes it. Yeah, but it again, it doesn't matter if it's equal to or less than the runner, his rating, because we rolled a 1, right? Because we rolled a 1, we go to this secondary chart. Yes, right. The 1 forces the secondary roll. So the secondary roll is whether it's less than or equal to, the lead runner advances. In both cases, the lead runner advances. Okay, but the problem with rolling 1 die is what happens if you roll a 1 or a 6. So you actually shouldn't use this chart then, if that's the case, because it does say reroll 1d6 on the throw chart, and only take into consideration the base running plus the outfield arm. So if that is the case, the base running for Yanni Diaz, Yanni Diaz, I don't know if we can actually look at his card. It's going to be a 1, right? Which is what we rolled on the original die. So if we just ignore the 2, if we look at the 1, if it's less than or equal to the base running, which it is, 1 is equal to or less than a 1, he should score if we're rolling just 1 die. I think he scores on the flyout. Either way you play it, whether you play it with 2 dice or 1 dice, he still scores. Because the 1 is equal to the 1. And if you play it with the 2 dice, then the lead runner advances. Okay, I understand that. But if you look at the chart, David, the base running is higher. All right? The 2 is higher than this 1. Okay? So the result is lead runner advances. And if the roll is higher than the trailing runner's base running, then they hold. I think he scores, and that's the way I'm going to call it. And we might need to get a clarification on that. But either way, if you only use 1 dice, because it's a 1, he's got a 1, he would score. And if you play with 2 dice, he would still score, because the 1 sends it so the runner advances. So he's going to score and tie the game up. So there you go. Tie ball game. And 2 outs now for Travis d'Arnaud. 2-6. It's a ground ball with Profar. He's going to make it. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, tied up 1-1. Each run in this game with these pitchers is going to be crucial. Profar. Let's see how he can do. And that is a blank. Profar. Switch hitter. 6-1. He's going to fly it out to Meadows. First time we got a chance to look at Meadows. Actually, we didn't look at their ratings. 5 for Meadows, 4 for Kilmar, 3 for Garcia, 3 for Duffy. Adams is a 5. Rousseau is 3. Diaz is 2. Morton is only a 1. And d'Arnaud behind the plate is a 3-3. As far as errors go, 3-3-5, which is pretty low. 13 for Duffy. Don't hit it down to third. Adames 7. He's not very good either, but second is good. Diaz at first is not very good. Morton won't make any errors. And d'Arnaud won't throw it away as much, so that's good. All right. I understand what you're saying, David, but that's not what this says here. It doesn't say compare the dice roll of the runner to see if it's higher than. The first thing it says is lead runner advances. That's the first thing it says. So who is the lead runner? The lead runner is the guy on third. So if you were going to say 1 and go to this chart, why are you even going to that chart then? Why is there not a different chart for sacrifice fly advancements? Because the 1 should say runner automatically tags up and goes home, because 1 is going to be less than or equal to any runner out there. So it shouldn't say go to the second chart. There is no lead runner. You have to have a trailing runner for there to be a lead runner. Okay. That's fine. But then if you just go here and you go, okay, you ignore this then? You ignore the lead runner part? The thing says if roll is less than or equal to trailing runner's base running, then the trailing runner advances on the throw. Or, if the roll is higher than the trailing runner's base run, they hold. In this case, you're telling me there's no lead runner and there's no trailing runner, then that can't come into play either. Because you can't have a lead runner. You can't tell me that you can't use this because there's no lead runner. Then you can't use this because there's no trailing runner. In this case, yes, no. No, you can't ignore part of it and then change your mind later on. You can't say to me, oh, there is no lead runner, but there is a trailing runner. If this says to reroll a d6 on the throw chart with the base running and outfield arm. And if we roll a 1... we shouldn't even have to worry about going to this chart, because a 1 is going to be less than or equal to anyways. So if you go by this only, we rolled a 1, which means 1 is less than or equal to his 1 rating, so he would have scored. He would have went in on the sacrifice fly. But if you're telling me to roll 2 dice, right, and you're using this chart, then there has to be a lead runner and there has to be a trailing runner. You can't tell me there's no lead runner but there's a trailing runner. Yes, yellow means to check. Yellow doesn't mean it's wrong. It just says to check the roll. I agree. Anyways, let's go to the bottom of the 4th. Chris Davis is up. Might not matter because, somebody might score 10 runs in 1 inning. But if it comes to do a 2-1 inning, they end up 2-1 at the end of the game, then it could matter. But anyways, Chris Davis, let's see. It might not matter. 4-3, Steve Rye 3. Speaking of threes, that's a strike 3. 1 out here in the bottom, 2 outs at the bottom of the 4th, Robbie Grossman. And he is going to swing in a bad pitch by Morton. We go to the 5th, all tied 1-1 on a controversial call. Controversial call going against the A's here. Matt Duffy back up, but the Rays will take it. Manaea, 3-4. No strikeout for Duffy. 6-1 against the lefty is going to be ground ball to Profar, and he'll throw it over to Olsen. 4-1, and we're going to have a ballpark check. Our first check at Ring Central Coliseum. There is 3 home run checks on it. And let's see what happens. Garcia, 32. That's going to be ground ball down the line. Chapman, he's going to get it in fair territory. Throw it across the diamond for the 2nd out. And that brings up Adames here. 2-4. Possible error on a ground ball. 2-5. And that is going to be another ground ball to Semien. No error. He's a 4, rolled an 8, so he's going to make a good stop. Bobble it for a second, guns it over to Olsen, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-1. Morton and Manaea pitch for 3. This might come down to the bullpens here. 6-2. And that is going to be a fly ball out to Meadows. No defensive slumps yet. Both teams playing solid defense. Both starting pitchers throwing darts. It might come to bullpen. Who do you think has the advantage? Tampa Bay or Oakland if it comes down to the bullpens? Semien, 4-6 Wild we can ignore. 33, and that is going to be outside his range. So this yellow, again, means check the die. It doesn't mean it's yes. It doesn't mean no. It just says check the die. That's all yellow means. 2-2, and it's going to be a ground ball to Duffy. He'll make a good play. 2-way for Lariano. 2-5, Steve Wright 3, and we go to the 6th still. 1-1 ball game here at Ring Central Coliseum. Whoever gives up the least sacrifice flies is Bleacher Bums Gaming. Funny guy, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Great channels. Glad to have everyone on board tonight. 5-3. No strikeout as Killmeyer did not swing at that one. And the next pitch, he's going to line it out to Kenna out in center field. And that brings up Michael Brosseau. 6-2. And he'll swing at a bad pitch. 2 away. Back up to Diaz. Triple last time up. 2-3, and we're going to get a range play here. 6-5, and this one is going to Profar, who won again. It's in yellow, means check the die. 2-1, he's got it. And that'll do it for top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, Matt Chapman. Winner goes to Houston to take on the Astros. Range play for Chapman. 2-5. That's going to be at shortstop. Adames, he's a 1-5, and he'll make that catch. Leaping up in the air. Snag that one out of the thin air. Brings up Matt Olson, lefty. 5-6, another range play. Back-to-back range plays. 2-3, liner at first. Diaz, no, he can't get it. And that is going to be a double down the line as it goes over the head of Diaz all the way into the corner. Garcia hustling after it, but into second is Olsen. 1 out double. 1 out double. We need the game creator, Chris, in here to resolve this. Sure, let's get him. Get him on the phone. Call him up. Get him in here. Mark Kana. 1 out. And Steve, right 3. That is strikeout number 5 for Charlie Morton. Big strikeout there. And now he's got to face Jurickson Profar. First base is open. Does he want to go after Profar? 218 average. I think he'll go after Profar. 4-2 is blank. It's coming off from Profar's card. 55. That's going to be a ground ball to Adames. Adames throws it over to Diaz, and the call is out. Oh, close play there. Bang, bang at first. Good play there, and we go to the 7th, still 1-1 ball game. Tommy Pham over 2 with a strikeout. 1-3, error and a throw possibly. 3-6, and that one's going to be out to right field. No throw necessary. Lariano makes the catch. Austin Meadows, 3-5. Steve, right 3, and that is only the 5th strikeout by Manaea. 3-2. Hit by pitch? No. That was interesting. Might have been a hit by pitch, actually. Because he has a hit by pitch of 10, plus 6 by Minaya is 16, and we rolled a 16. But it didn't show as an out, or as a hit by pitch. 10, plus 6, 16, we rolled a 16. That should have been a hit by pitch, actually. We'll just undo this. Hopefully we'll have a result that we can undo here. So let's undo that. Yes, we want to undo that. All right, so roll. And it was a hit by pitch. It was a 10 plus 6. It had been 16. So I believe that was a hit by pitch. So I'm giving him a... Well, see, it was yellow, and now this one's green. He's got a... Oh, I wonder if the 10 took into consideration the plus 6. Travis d'Arnaud. Can we look at your card, Travis? I think there is a way to look at the... Oh, right click. Yeah, because he's a 4. Okay, so that makes sense. All right. Back to the game. Back. Oh, I gotta move this on the way. All right. So yeah, we can ignore that, and then he rolled like a ground ball to short. So there. All right. So that's why it did that. All right. So didn't want to jinx anyone here. Cancel changes. Yes. Go back to the game. All right. So it's stretch time here. Take me out to the ball game. Charlie Morton's actually got 0 left stamina, but he's not considered tired until he gives up another base runner. So till that time, he can stay in. 6-5 possible strikeout. No, Chris Davis fouls that one off. Lucky fan out there in row 13, section 201, caught that one. 4-4. And that's going to be a single back up the middle. Single back up the middle. Now you got to think about the bunt here. You have to think about the bunt. Switch hitter. He's a BR of 4. I'm sorry, a BR of 3, which is not the greatest. He's average at best. With nobody out, though, I think you have to bunt. So we are going to put on the sacrifice. All right, let's see what happens. Sacrifice, see what happens. 1-5. Oh, and that is going to be a walk, as he is now considered tired. So he doesn't get the K result, he gets the walk result. So he walked him, and Morton will have to leave the game. Oh, now coming in for the Rays. The Rays are going to bring in... Who are they going to bring in? That is a great question. Castillo, I think. Right-hander. Diego Castillo. See if I can close that out. Okay. So Diego Castillo is coming in. Let's see what he did. He was 5-8 with a 3.41 ERA, 68 innings, 59 hits, 81 strikeouts, only 22 walks, 4-1 in favor of strikeouts. So runners at first and second, nobody out. And again, I think you have to go with the sacrifice here. Roll. 4-5. Oh, range play. Unsuccessful range play by Diego Castillo. So that is going to be great bunt. Everyone's safe with a single. Oh my gosh. So bases are loaded with nobody out. Tampa Bay's got to play in here. And Castillo has got to make that range play. He did not make it. All right, Castillo needs some strikeouts here. Simeon, defense in. 5-2. And couldn't get him to bite on that curveball. 2-1. He lined it right at Brasso at second. And the runner is doubled off. Double play by the Rays as they nip Grossman off at second as he was off on contact. Little excited there, and that is 2 big outs for the Rays. Now they can play back and just get one good pitch by Castillo. Lariano, the right fielder, can still do some damage. Oh, another range play. Oh, Nilly. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to center field. Kevin Killmeyer, 1-4. He makes the play, and the Rays get out of it. Can he do it? He catches it. What a diving stop out there by Killmeyer. And the Rays, with bases loaded and nobody out somehow, some way, get through that magical 7th inning stretch time. Wow. And we go to the 8th. Manaea, he's got one more batter to face before he reaches his limit. Matt Duffy's up. 4-1, and we go right to the ballpark. Here it is. Matt Duffy. He's got a big stick. 1-2. Not big enough, as that one's going to end up in the warning track. Manaea, he could stay in, but he is now considered tired. He'll give up a single, a walk on those checks. But I think the way he's pitched so far, 1 hit, 1 run, they're going to leave him in. 1-3, error to throw possibly. 4-6, and that is going to be a falls into center field. No error on Kanta, and the Rays have a base runner with 1 out. Ooh, and he is a good bunter as well. They are going to put on the hit and run here. Manaea, off with the pitch is Garcia. Here comes the pitch, 3-2, and he plunked him. Adames is plunked in the elbow. He might have leaned into that one a little bit. The A's bench is yelling at the umpire. And that is going to put runners at first and second now with 1 out. Double play gets him out of the inning, though. Kevin Killmeyer, only a ground ball double play at 1, but Manaea with the +2 on the ground ball double play. So they're going to leave Manaea in there. They're going to risk it. 2-1. Oh, no, Wild. Oh, it's a 20, though. So 20 is out of the range. It's just nothing. Whew. Almost a wild pitch. Good save there by Murphy as he keeps that in front of him. That would have been killer. 1-2, Steve. Oh, no, it's not a strikeout. And even on the K+, is an 18 is rolled. 17 is what Killmeyer has. The -2 for Oakland actually helps him out here. So Kevin Killmeyer is going to get a shot at it. Let's see what he does. 3-5, and that one's not what he wanted. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Garcia is not going to go anywhere, as Lariano with that -2 arm is huge. It knocks him all the way down to a base running 1. Ooh, they might think about the steal attempt. Now that's interesting. Garcia's a 14. Murphy's a -1. It'd be 1-13. You know what? The Rays have got nothing to lose here. They're playing on house money here. You got a 27% chance of... Oh, crap. God damn it. You got a 27% chance of this guy getting a hit. Or you got a 65% chance of this guy getting a steal. So the Rays are going to put the steal attempt on. Let's see if I can... No, I got to wait. All right, steal. And, Nilly. Runner is safe. Check the catcher for an error. It's a 7. Murphy is a 16 error. That is going to be a throwing error as he guns it down to Chapman, who cannot see it. It goes over his head, and the Rays... Well, let's see. How did that end up playing out? Because he would have stole it, and then the error should have sent him. I'm not sure why. If error, record steal. Oh, then, okay, so, yeah. You got to record the steal first here, and then click on the throwing error. But we are just going to go ahead and score him there. And Adames will advance on the throwing error. So that's, you got to click this. You got to click the steal. You got to advance the runners first, and then click on the throwing error. So the throwing error by Murphy, and the Rays have taken a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 8th. This is crazy. Holy cow. The upset in the making here. Minaya still tired. Do they risk leaving him out there? 2 outs. Nope. They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave him out there. Risk it. Try to get him through one more out. 3, 4, and no strikeout. As Broussard foul tips that one away. He's going to get a shot at it. 1, 2, and that's going to be a fly ball to center. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and no, I don't care about the stats. That's fine. So the Rays up 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Chapman, Olsen, and Canna are due up. All right, so let's see. Tampa Bay here. They made a few changes in this game, position-wise. I'm just looking to see who they brought in. A couple pinch hitters, a couple pinch runners, people switching positions. All right. We'll let it ride right now. Dinner time. Fun game so far. I'll catch the rest later. The rain delay earlier got me off track, says Preacher Bums Gaming. I agree. Have a good dinner, man. All right. So 2-1. Bottom 8. And Castillo. You got a righty, lefty, righty. So Castillo, he can only face one more batter. So let's let him face the batter and see how it goes. 4-3. And that is going to be a star line. And that's going to be a ground ball to Duffy. Duffy over to Diaz. And that will be out at first. Now, Castillo will be done. The Rays are going to bring in Nick Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Castillo out. Anderson. Do we have an Anderson? Where's Anderson? Holy cow, where is Anderson? We don't have an Anderson? Wait a minute. Did I look at the wrong team? That's a possibility. No, Nick Anderson, pitcher. Nick Anderson. Why do I not see him on the list here? Interesting. Nick Anderson. Who else did they bring in? Pagan. Emilio Pagan. He is their closer. What are we in? We are in the... He would need to get what? Now, we can't bring him in until the 9th inning. So we're going to have to go with... we're going to have to go with Oliver Drake, maybe a right-hander. Oliver Drake, he had 2 saves, so he was in late in the games. So Oliver Drake, right hand. Well, we do have a lefty up. Hang on a second now. Lefty, Matt Olson is up. So we're going to bring in Adam Clark. So select reliever. Back to game. So Adam Clark is coming in for the Rays to pitch against Matt Olson. Then he might be pulled. We'll see. All right. And the lefty, 5-2. Oh, and that is going to be a perfect call by the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays to bring that lefty in to get him to ground into a shortstop for the out. Now, do you leave him in to face off against the right-hander? He only faced 2 more batters. This guy did not last very long against the right-handers. He's got no star line. Yep. And then they bring in the closer for the 9th, and that is what their plan is anyways. And that is going to be oh my gosh, a K+. That's like the 4th time we've had a K+ that was not a strikeout. Normally K+ are like automatic, but it is not a strikeout. A 6-6, and that is going to be against the lefty. That's ground ball to Diaz, and we go to the 9th. 2-1 for the Rays, and now they have righty, lefty. So right-handers coming in for Minaya. Righty is going to be either Pettit, Diekman, Soria. It's going to be Pettit. He's going to come in. So, yes, Murrow Pettit comes in. And he was 5-3 with a 2.71 ERA, 83 innings, 57 hits, 71 strikeouts, only 10 walks. He does not walk batters. They cannot afford to give up another run here. And here we go. Pettit, the righty, versus Diaz, the righty. 5-3 against the right-hander is an out. Left-hander would have been a walk. So that's a fly ball to Ariano. Pham, the DH. 6-4. Tommy Pham gets a hold of it. No! Does not get all of it. Does not get it all. Instead, he gets a star line 9. And a 19 is going to be a fly out to right field as Lariano gets that one at the warning track. Leaps up, bangs off the wall when he makes the catch, but holds on to it. And now, 2-away for Austin Meadows. 6-2, and Meadows strikes out. So we go to the bottom of the 9, 2-1. The upset is brewing. National TV broadcast going on right now. 25 million Americans watching this game. And they're bringing in the closer. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want the closer thing. This thing right here. Closer, 20 saves in the regular season. Emilio Pagan. Select, go back to, all right, here we go. 3 outs away from going on to Houston. The upset brewing here at Ring Central Coliseum. Anderson started his season with Miami, so I'm guessing he's on the Marlins roster. All right, thanks, David. Appreciate that. All right, Profar, Davis, and Grossman. Now, the question is, if we were to pull Profar, well, let's see. What's his average? 218 average, right. So, Oakland did not. They used one pinch hitter in this game. That was Seth Brown for the catcher Murphy. So not that we would have to do that. I'm just saying Profar, Davis, Grossman. You're probably not going to replace Davis, which is your DH. Grossman, Profar. Profar. He does have a lot of pop, 20 home runs. I think we're going to leave Profar in there. A face-off against Pagan, the righty. Profar is a switch hitter too, so that gives him a slight advantage. 5, 6, and oh, Nilly! What did I tell you? That one is going, and gone! And you can hear the TVs being smashed all the way down here in Bradenton from up there in Tampa as all of the fans are throwing their TVs on the floor as Pagan gives up the home run to Jurickson Profar, and we have got us a 2-2 ball game here. In the bottom of the ninth, it is not over. They still need the 3 outs. Chris Davis, 2 for 3 on the day, 2-5, and that is not a hit by pitch. And that is a 2-4, and that's going to be a star line 5, so that's going to be ground ball to Duffy. Pagan, 1 out, 5-5. Oh no, say it isn't so. 1-20 versus left-handers. That is a 7. It is going to be a 1-3, and Robbie Grossman has just walked it off for the A's. We're going to be looking at the blue 20-sider right here, 1-3, and this game is over. Here it is gone! Robbie Grossman walks it off for the A's. In the bottom of the ninth inning, Jurickson Profar with a single home run to tie it up, and then Robbie Grossman, 412 feet to 10 center field here in Ring Central Coliseum, and this game is over. This game is over as the Oakland A's eliminate the Tampa Bay Rays from the 2019 season with 2 home runs in the bottom of the ninth inning against Emilio Pagan. And Oakland wins this game. Fantastic finish. All right, we're going to take a short intermission before we do the National League game. I'm going to set that all up and everything. If you guys want to go get something to drink, something to eat, it'll be probably a good 5-10 minutes before we start that. But before we do that, let's look at the game stats. Shall we look at the game? Let's save the game stats first. All right, and now let's look at the game stats. So here is your game stats. Oh my gosh. I asked earlier if it comes down to bullpen, which team would you guys think has the stronger bullpen? And today, it was not the Rays, as Emilio Pagan. I've got to find out how many home runs did Pagan give up in 2019, because this is going to drive me crazy. He gave up 12 home runs in 70 innings. 12 home runs. He only walked 13, so he almost gave up as many home runs as he gave up walks. Wow. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, that thing. So 19 Oakland A's are going on to Houston to face off against the Astros. And we will have a best-of-5 game from there. And that will be an interesting one as Oakland, somehow, some way, 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Your final score: 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors from Tampa. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error by Oakland. The A's take it 3-2. The win goes to Pennant. The loss to Pagan. 2 home runs, both by the A's in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jarkson Profar and Robbie Grossman, who had a 1-3 chance, and he gets it all and gets us out of here. All right, what a game. What a game. Now we got to do the National League. Like I said, it's going to take me a few minutes to set all that up, because you know how that goes. We want the National League and the Wildcard game. And it's going to be the Brewers heading out to the Nationals. Right. All right, Al. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. So we're going to do a new game. This is going to be 2019 Milwaukee against 2019 Washington. All right, so strategy is going to be off. Sounds are going to be off. Injuries are going to be off. Pitcher auto pull, I do leave that on. Rare plays, yes. Use roster players. Wonder if I say no, if that would give us everyone. Anyways, so the starters for this game. The Brewers start with Brandon Woodruff against Max Scherzer. All right, so the lineups. Trent Grissom, right field. Yasmani Grandal, catcher. Mike Moustakas, third base. Kenston Hirua, second base. Ryan Braun, left field. Eric Thames at first. Lorenzo Cain in center field. Orlando Arcia at short. And Brandon Woodruff is pitching. All right, the home lineup for your Washington Nationals. Go. Trey Turner at short. We have Adam Eaton in right field. We have Anthony Rendon at third base. Juan Soto in left field. Howie Kendrick at first base. We have Asdrubal Cabrera at second base. He is not showing. Where is Asdrubal Cabrera? How do you spell that? Asdrubal. Really? Really? I do not see him. God bless it. All right. I guess we'll go with Gerardo Parra, who had his more at bats at least. I don't know why. I wonder if it's because I chose the no option. All right, we're going to choose Parra. That's fine. Kurt Suzuki is catching. Victor Robles is in center field. Victor Robles. And Max Scherzer is your pitcher. All right, now you just have to position this back in there. All right, here we go. All right, so what we're going to do, now that we got the game set up, I'm going to take just a 2-minute break, get something to drink real quick. And then we'll play the game real quick, and we'll be done. All right. I wanted to do both the wildcard games. Makes sense to get both of them done in one day instead of doing them, 2 different days. So we already went through the lineups. National Park is nothing on strikeouts, +1 on walks, nothing on home runs. You could look at the defensive stats, and we're going to start up in just a minute. And let's do that like that. And let's see, can I change the color, please? Let's make it a little easier to see. There. Oh, that's the outline. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. All right. I don't want the outline. No, I don't want to. I want no outline. I want. Where is? That's fine. Whatever. All right. Anyways, we'll be back in a minute. righty, we are back and ready to roll. I've already had one upset. Let's see if we can make it two. Max Scherzer's on the mound. The big right-hander. 11-7. 2.92 ERA. 144 hits and 172 innings. 243 strikeouts, only 31 walks. That's an 8-to-1 ratio, somewhere around there. All right, he'll be facing off against the lineup that we just put out. So Scherzer, we did the American League, now we're doing the National League. We have the two American League West teams going at it. Oakland heading out to the Houston Astros. And now we're going to find out who is going to take on the powerhouse number 1 seed Los Angeles Dodgers. Max Scherzer, 5-5. And we go right to the ballpark, right off the bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 home run checks at Nationals Park. Holy cow. 5-3 is not one of them, but that is a double into right field as Eaton cannot get to that one. And a leadoff double by Trent Grissom for Milwaukee right off the bat. First pitch of the game. Scherzer throws up a fastball right down the middle. That brings up Grandal, the catcher. Yasmani waits on it. 5-6 and swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Max Scherzer. 6-6. I guess the lefty, Mistakis, he takes that one outside. Comes back and launches one out to Eaton. And Grissom will stay at second as it's not very deep. 2 outs here in the top of the first for Keston Harura. Harura. Oh, and that would have been a home run check against the lefty, but against the righty, it is a walk chance. The 20-sider says, no, it's not. 5-2. That's going to be a fly ball to Eaton, and he makes the catch. So the double goes nowhere for Milwaukee. We go to the bottom of the first inning, and Brandon Woodruff, 11-3 with a 3.62 ERA, 121 innings, 109 hits, 143 strikeouts, only 30 walks. 6-to-1 ratio there. Not bad. Let's see if Woodruff can keep Milwaukee in this against Trey Turner. He doesn't like that one on the outside corner. Let's see if he likes this one. Nope, he's going to fly that one out to Kane in center field for the first out. Adam Eaton, 5-4, possible error check here coming up. 1-2, and that's going to be popped up high to Thames in foul territory. Thames, almost drops it, but catches it. Good play by Thames. And it brings up Anthony Rendon. 2-4. No strikeout. 6-4. And that's a star line 9-14. And that was hit well in the gap. That was between Kane and Grissom. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Grissom bobbles it out there and rounding second, heading to third is Rendon. Here comes the relay. And not in time. That is going to be a triple for Anthony Rendon. And he is 90 feet away from putting the Nationals up. Juan Soto. What did Juan Soto do in the regular season, you might say? Well, 34 home runs, 12 stolen bases, 282 average. Woodruff not happy with that last pitch. Possible error check. So even on an out, this could be trouble. He's going to pop him up, though. 2 pop-ups to Thames, and they get out of the inning. So each team with an extra base hit, and neither team can score. Ryan Braun. 144 games. He had 22 home runs, 11 stolen bases, 285 average. Scherzer waits and delivers. Oh, again, that 1-5 against lefties. And they do have 4 lefties in the lineup. But not Braun. That'll be a walk chance. 1-1. And that's going to be a fly ball to Soto. And he'll make the catch. Speaking of the first baseman for Milwaukee, Eric Thames. 149 games, 61 RBIs, 25 home runs, 3 stolen bases, 247 average for Thames. Winner goes to Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers. Scherzer missing his pitches here early. 2-5, and that's going to be a single into center field. Single into center. And they want to put the hit and run on. So the hit and run is on. Lorenzo Cain, 1-6 range play. Oh boy. 32. That's going to be ground ball to Kendrick. And he can't get to it. It gets by him. It gets by him, and rushing all the way around second to third is Thames. So perfect time for the Milwaukee manager to put the hit and run on. And they have runners at the corners. What? They want to try a squeeze play? No, I'm going to disregard that. Not with one out. Orlando Arcia. He is a good bunter. 4 bunter. Yeah, I think they're just going to play it straight up. Arcia 2-2 and no strikeout. Arcia. It's going to be ground ball to short. Maybe is the runner from third going to try to score? He is a 5. So yes, he will try to score. Will the defense try for the out at home, or they're going to try, ooh boy. Ground ball double play is a 1. Getting the runner out at home is only a 1 chance. So they're going to go for the double play. So out at home, no. We want to go for the first and second double play. It's a 6. So coming into score is Thames, and moving to second is Cain. The only plays at first. That was a tricky play, and that brings up the pitcher with 2 outs now. But the Milwaukee takes a 1-0 lead, manufacturing a run with the hit and run there, 2-4. And that is outside the single range. So Brandon Woodruff is going to get a hack at it. And it's going to fall into center field. And Cain is going to come all the way around to score. Well, let's see here. So we got the 6. Right. So he is going to score on the single. And on the throw home, it is less than or equal to the base running. If the die is less than or equal to the trailing runner's base runner, the trailing runner advances on the throw. So again, it would be yellow, but 2 matches equal to or less than the base running. So that's why the other one was in yellow. It's still going to be in advance. So moving to second is Woodruff as he gets a hit, and the Milwaukee Brewers come into National Stadium and stun the crowd here in the top of the second inning. 2 outs, trying to get through this is Scherzer. Trent Grissom, 2-5. He looks at a fastball and sees it, blows him right by him. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-0. 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. Milwaukee 2, Nationals 0. Howie Kendrick is up against Woodruff, who got a hit. Wild pitch, we can ignore that. 6-3. No strikeout. Kendrick waits on a pitch he likes. And that's against a righty. That's going to be ground ball back to Woodruff. Lazy dribbler to him, and he flips it over to Thames for the out. Gerardo Parra, the second baseman. 1-6. We got a range play here. 1-3, and that's going to be into center field unless Kane comes in here. He comes, he dives and makes a catch, taking the hit away. Parra thought he had a hit, and Kane on his horse all the way, read it well off the bat, gets to it. Kurt Suzuki, don't mess with my man, Kurt Suzuki. He will find a way to let you win. And in this time he grounds it to short, and that will do it for the second. We go to the top of the third, 2-0 Milwaukee. Scherzer against Grandal. Possible error and a grounder. 6-5. That's a grounder to second. Parra, he's solid. He makes the play. No problem there, Parra. Doesn't have very good range, but does not make any errors either, so... Mike Moustakas 0 for 1, 5-4, and he swings at a pitch high. High pitch there by Scherzer. Keston Harua, another range play. 2-5, and that's going to be a double to center field unless Robles can steal it away. Robles, he comes in diving, stop. Takes a double away, and we go to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0 Milwaukee. Washington's defense keeping them in this close, at least. Keeping them close. Robles, 5-6. We go to the ballpark. Robles, 64. That's going to be star line 9. 15 is going to be... 13 to 15 should be a home run, but it's grayed out. Unless the home run check fails, click F. Oh, so the home run check failed, so it's going to be a fly out. I got it. Okay. So it flies out. Could have got a hold of one, but just couldn't happen. Scherzer, 3-5. Can he get a hit? And he can back up the middle and lands in front of Kane. Kane can't get to that one. And both pitchers with a hit. And we're going to have a pickoff. We're going to have a pickoff. At first, it's an 8. No result. So diving back is Scherzer. I think Scherzer's going to steal or something. 4-5, and no strikeout by Turner. Can Turner get a hit here? 4-4, double. Is that going to score Scherzer from first? And that is a 6. So lead runner advances. So Scherzer is going to come in to score. But the ball is cut off, and the trailing runner is thrown out. So Trey Turner trying to go to third on the throw home. Scherzer will score, and then he is thrown out at third. Trey Turner. So that's going to clear the bases, but a big double, RBI double by Turner cuts the lead to 2-1. That brings up Adam Eaton. Another range play here. Adam Eaton. And that's going to be a single, unless Arcia can make the play. No, it's by him. Off the end of his glove, rolls DeBron out in left field. That's going to be a base hit for Eaton. That brings up the dangerous Anthony Rendon. Tripled his first time up. 34 home runs, 5 stolen bases, 319 average. You want to be careful with Rendon. 4-2, and that's a good way to do it. Stay right 3. Curveball by Woodruff, and that's going to fall in there. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. We go to the top of the fourth. It is 2-1 Milwaukee. And Scherzer back out to face off against Ryan Braun. Range play at the ballpark. Oh boy. Ryan Braun, 5-4. That's going to be a single to second. Para, only way he's going to stop it is roll 1. He needs a 1. No, it's past him. And Ryan Braun pushes it right outside his range for a single. That brings up Thames. Thames is 1 for 1. Scored a run. 2-5. This time, curveball by Scherzer for his 4th strikeout. Swing and a miss by Thames. Arlenzo Cain playing some good defense out there. 2, and he's going to strike out. So back-to-back strikeouts after the base hit. And Scherzer trying to strike out the side. And no! Umpire, the crowd got on their feet after that one. 5-3 and lines it. Scherzer ducks. Whoa, that almost hit him. Holy cow. He puts his glove up protecting himself and actually holds on to the ball. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Milwaukee. Juan Soto up for the Nationals. And he will look at a pitch. 3-2 count, and he's going to ground it. Harua at second and throws it over to Thames for the out. Kendrick. And swing and a miss by Kendrick. So 2 up, 2 down. Para, 5-3, and his strikeout. So Woodruff with his 3rd strikeout, and we go to the top of the 5th inning. It is 2-1. Max Scherzer against Woodruff. Home run question mark. But, Woodruff has got no home runs, so he's got no chance of hitting out. 2-1, but he's 2 for 2 as he hits another one. 2 singles by Woodruff and keeps the chain moving. Look at him go. Hashtag pitchers can hit. Hashtag get rid of the DH. Trent Grissom, 2-3, another range play. Good or bad, they're always interesting. 6-5, and that's going to be a star line 9. That is going to be a 4. 4 is going to be a single. Is it going to fall in, or is Eaton going to steal it? And steals it away. Diving stop out there in right field. Eaton slides and gets it back in. Hustling back to first is Woodruff. And 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Grandal, 4-5. And that was a fastball right down the middle and didn't swing at it. Buckled his knees. Moustakis is 0 for 2. 3-3, and he strikes out. Strikeout number 7, victim by Scherzer. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 2-1 Milwaukee. Kurt Suzuki. 4-2, and this time Kurt, he swings at a bad pitch outside the zone. Victor Robles, 0 for 1. 4-6, and that is going to be outside the single range. 34, and that's going to be a fly ball. Ryan Braun finally gets to get in the action and make the catch. We're at the bottom of the 5th inning, 2 outs, and Max Scherzer, if he goes 2 for 2, then we really need to do something. But nope, not this time as he strikes out. Pitchers so far, 2 for 2 is Brandon Woodruff, and now Max Scherzer's 1 for 2. Pitchers can hit. We go to the 6th, 2-1 ball game. Anyone's ball game. This one might come down to the bullpens as well. Keston Harua is up. 3-5. Possible error on a throw. 6-4. That's going to be a single into right field. Eaton, and bobbles it. Throws it wide, but making the play out there is Turner as he watches that one come in. And they're going to put the steal on here. The sign. Here comes the throw by Suzuki. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So we got to do the stolen base. And then the error on Suzuki. And going all the way to third is Harua on the steal attempt. And so they had a hit and run that worked to perfection. Now they've had a steal attempt work to perfection. So the defense is going to have to come in here with nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Ryan Braun takes his lead in foul territory. He's about 70 feet away from home plate. And Scherzer with the pitch, 3-2, and just missed him. Ryan Braun, 1-3. That's going to be ground ball to second. And he will not try to score as Parr will make the play out at first. They will play in again. Eric Thames is up. Range play is not what you want when you're playing your defense in because it lowers all of your defensive scores by 2. Unless you're playing halfway, then it only lowers them by 1. 3-3, and that's going to be down to Kendrick. He needs a 1, and nope, cannot get it as it goes right down the line as Thames blasts that right by Hendrick. Kendrick couldn't even move as that ball rocketed all the way down the line. Eaton, he's on his horse trying to get to it, but into second is going to be Thames with a double. And Milwaukee takes a 3-1 lead here. Still only one out for Lorenzo Cain. And Scherzer not having his best outing here in the postseason. 2019, 6-5. Uh-oh. Now we know he's in trouble. That is a 1-3 home run chance by Lorenzo Cain. 1-3, and this one is not out of here, but it is a question mark 8, which is going to be a 17, and that is going to be a failed home run check for the fly ball out, and Thames will not tag up. So 2 outs now. Can Scherzer get through this 6th inning? 3-1. And Arcia waits on a pitch he likes. 1-2, and he's going to single. And the lead runner thrown out at the plate. Thrown out. Who'd that went to? That went to Eaton. And trying to score is Thames, and he is thrown out. Lead runner thrown out. Doesn't matter what the trailing runner does because that will be out number 3. So he is thrown out by Eaton. And no, we don't care about that. So they keep the run off the board. Perfect throw by Anaheim. 3 hits and an error. You'd think he'd get more than 1 run. Milwaukee coming into the national headquarters here in the United States in Washington, D.C., trying to knock out the Nationals and move on to sunny Los Angeles. Trey Turner's up. 5-1 is a blank. Not many blanks on Woodruff's car. 5-6, and that's going to be a ground ball. Arcia, he throws it to Thames, and Thames keeps his foot on the bag. A wide throw, but he keeps his foot on the bag. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Adam Eaton, 5-3. Swing and a miss. And that brings up Anthony Rendon, who made that great play earlier. And this is going to be a home run check for Anthony Rendon. 1-13 as that 5 falls into range. 1-13. This one is gone. It is gone. Anthony Rendon cuts the lead in half. It's now 3-2 ball game. And that gets the crowd back into it here at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Juan Soto strikes out. And that's going to do it. And Scherzer, they're going to be making the call to the pen. Scherzer's day is done. So Max Scherzer is going to be pulled in favor of wow. They don't even include the starting pitchers here. Because they actually brought in Steven Strasburg, but because he's a starting pitcher, they don't include him on the list. So what they're going to have to do is go off track here, and they're going to have to bring in somebody else. Think who they would bring in. Let's see, who's up? Lefty, switchy, lefty. So who is their lefties? They have a couple. One's a closer, though, so we're not using him. We can use Matt Grace or Tony Sipp. And Matt Grace actually played in more games, so we're going to bring in Matt Grace. Matt Grace is coming in for the Nationals. And he was 1-2 with a 6.36 ERA, 46 innings. He does have to get these lefties out. One of them, fortunately, is the pitcher. So hopefully he can do that. 5-6. And that is going to be a single. So Brandon Woodruff, the pitcher, 3 for 3 on the day. Wow. That brings up Trent Grissom. Trent Grissom, 4-4. That's a blank. Trent Grissom, 5-2. And that's going to be a single to right field. And one says, lead runner advances. So he will advance. If the roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's base running, the trailing runner advances on the throw, so he will advance. So that was about the worst result we could have possibly asked for. The pitcher gets a hit, Trent Grissom gets a hit, the lefty comes in to get the 2 lefties out, and he can't get a single one out. Defense in again. We got a switchy and another lefty, so they're going to have to leave him in for 2 more batters. 2-6 against the... Oh, thank God he wasn't a lefty here. That would have been another single. Good Lord. So Grandal is a switch hitter, so he'll be from the right side. 1-2. Well, it's worse because that's a double. And 2 runs come in, and that'll be it for Grace. They've seen enough. Holy cow. Matt Grace, you're killing us here. They're going to bring in Tanner Rainey. Tanner Rainey is coming in righty. 2-3 with a 3.91 ERA. No wonder the bullpen for the Nationals. No wonder they used all their starting pitchers in this game. Because the bullpen is just not very good. Viper Dave is here in the house. 5-2 National League. Milwaukee with the lead here in the top of the 7th. And nobody out with a runner at second. And Rainey's coming in to pitch for the Nationals. 3-6. And we might have our second upset of the day. As a grounder to short, Grandal gets back. So only out is at first. They will try the pickoff, and that's not going to work. Harua is back up. Air and a ground ball, possibly. 3-1. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field, and Grandal will not go anywhere. So 2-away here in the top of the 7th. Ryan Braun, the left fielder, 3-3, and swing and a miss for stretch time here in the Nationals' capital. And that's going to be it for Woodruff. He is tired, but he has pitched a hell of a game. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Brandon Woodruff, not bad. And he will be pulled. So they need somebody for 7, 8, 9 here. All right, let's see. And it looks like Brent Suter. Let's see, Suter. Where are you, Suter? He's a lefty. Who's coming up? We got a righty, a lefty, a righty, a righty. So probably not Suter. Pomerantz? Where's Drew Pomerantz? Drew Pomerantz. He's not listed either. He must be a starter. Well, we're going to have to go off heel then. And it looks like it's going to be Junior Guerrera, right-hander. Junior Guerrera is going to come in. He was 95, 3 saves, 3.55 ERA, 83.2 innings pitched, 58 hits, 77 strikeouts, 34 walks. He's going to be facing off against Kendrick, Parra, and Suzuki here in the 7th inning stretch time. Hopefully everyone had a good stretch. We can get back to it right now. 5-4. We're going to do a range play right off the bat. Howie Kendrick, 5-6. And that's a single, and that's Grisham. Steals it. No, he cannot get it. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Kendrick's on. And that brings up Gerardo Parra. 0 for 2. Parra, the lefty, facing off against Junior Guerrera. We got Guerrera and Parra going at it. Guerrera-Parra matchup. And he is going to walk him. So the first 2 men aboard. And Milwaukee takes a sigh of relief. Council is pacing up and down, rubbing his chin as he likes to do. And the man of the hour, Kurt Suzuki, you can only hope to contain him. You cannot stop my man, Kurt Suzuki. He is up in an opportune time. So they're going to leave Guerrero out there to face off against Suzuki. 1-5, and he hit him. He hit him and loads the bases with nobody out, and that will be it. Guerrero, Suzuki takes that one for his team. And Guerrero is out. Wow. They have righty, righty, righty coming up, so it's definitely going to be a right-hander. Looks like it might be Matt Albers. Matt Albers. Boy, look at these ERAs. Good Lord. Yep, Matt Albers is going to have to be the one. Let's look at Matt. He was 8-6, 4 saves, 5.13 REA, 59.2 innings pitched, 53 hits, 57 strikeouts, 26 walks. Bases are loaded. They're going to play back, go for the double play. They don't want a big inning here. As they're up 5-2, they will trade an out for a run. 6-1. Well, that's an error check coming up. Who's it going to be on? 5-6. Oh, we don't know because it's going to be on Grisham. So it won't be an error. Let's see what it is, though. An 8 is going to be... Oh, my gosh. 6-7 would have been a bases triple, clearing triple, but instead it's a fly ball out. Now, let's see. No error, as we mentioned. And the sacrifice fly roll is out of there. And the 5 is if the roll is less than or equal to the runner, advances. So that is 2 eyes. So not deep enough. And they're going to get the out. And that brings up the pitcher spot. Well, we know the pitcher's not hitting. So, who for Milwaukee? It's going to be Ryan Zimmerman is going to come in. Ryan Zimmerman, base is still loaded. Ryan Zimmerman in the regular season, 52 games, 171 at-bats, 20 runs, 27 RBIs, 6 home runs, no stolen bases, 257 average. Ryan Zimmerman steps in against Matt Albers. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th. 5-2 ball game. Biggest play of the game reached so far. 1-3. Oh no, it's a wild pitch. It is a wild pitch. That's going to score a run. Everyone moves up a base as wild pitch is uncorked by Matt Albers. And now Ryan Zimmerman's going to get another shot at this. 6-6. And stay right 3, but he comes in. Disturbs Albers enough that he throws the wild pitch, and now with 2 outs. The Nationals get a run back. Can they get another one? Trey Turner, the righty. They're going to leave Albers in here to try and get through this 7th. 1-6 is blank. Trey Turner, 2-3, and he's going to deliver a single into right field. Braun cannot get it. 1 run comes in. Suzuki is going to stop at 3rd, and he's being held up as Braun gets it in quickly. And now it's a 5-4 ball game. And the lefty is coming up. The lefty. And they're going to bring in a lefty to face off against Eaton. Their lefty is going to be Claudio. Claudio's in. Let's look at Alex Claudio. 2-2, 4.06 ERA, 62 innings. 57 hits, 44 strikeouts, 22 walks. Can he get this all-important last out for Milwaukee? 5-3. Uh-oh, it's a range play. Runner at 3rd. 4-4, and that's going to be ground ball to short. Arcia, no, it's by him. It's by him. Coming in to score is Suzuki. And stopping at 2nd is Trey Turner. And we got us a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Nationals have stormed back with 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And 2 men on. And they're going to leave Claudio in. 2-4. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! 1-14. And this thing is gone. It's gone. A 3-run home run by Anthony Rendon. Unbelievable. And everything has come apart for Milwaukee here in the 7th inning. Oh my gosh. Who do you bring in, though, is the question. You got nobody. You can't bring your closer in the 7th inning. They got a lefty, a righty, and a lefty coming up. So you bring in, you can't bring your closer in. That is the only other lefty except for Brent Suter, who only played in really 9 games. So I don't like bringing in players that didn't play at least, 15 to 20 games. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're just gonna leave. They gotta leave in Claudio. He's the lefty. He's gotta get the lefties out. Oh, he can only face 1 more batter. All right, so we'll let him go at least 1 more. Soto. There's what he wanted. That's what he needed was these lefties. Look at that. Lefty. Auto out. 4 auto outs on the lefty-righty splits. He just couldn't get any of them to fall. And that's going to do it. But the Nationals score 6 runs on 4 hits and no errors. And we go to the top of the 8th, 8-5 now. Let's see who is due up. Lefty, righty, lefty. But Claudio is probably going to be pinch hit for, so it's a lefty, righty. Can't bring the closer in yet, but who do you bring in? Good Lord. Bear call? Surio? Yeah, we're bringing Surio. Check fielders. What happened? No, it's going to be Surio should go there. There you go. All right, so Suryo's in. What happened with Suryo? 6-9, 1 save, 4.54 ERA, 71 innings pitched, 64 hits, 81 strikeouts, 23 walks. Suryo, the right-hander, against Thames, the lefty. They got no one in the bullpen. They got no one to bring in. 1-6 against the lefties, a blank. Thames, Milwaukee, all of a sudden down by 3 instead of up by 3. 4-3, and they need hits. Ground ball, Turner diving in the dirt, gets up, throws, and got him in time. 1 out. Orlando Kane, center fielder, 2-5, and that will be a big strikeout by Suryo. And that brings up Orlando Arcia. 6-1, and he will strike out. So 2 big strikeouts by Suryo as he comes in, shuts the door. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and Claudio will be done. You're facing a righty, lefty, righty, so you got to bring in a right-hander. 5.02, 7.44, 5.29, 8.82, 4.45. We're going to bring in Jay Jackson, I guess. He's right-hander, and that's all they have. So it's Jay Jackson, 1-0, 4.45. You saw the rest of the stats. Kendrick, Parra, and Suzuki. Jay Jackson, 6-5. And that one is hit well. Howie Kendrick's got all of that one. And let's see, that would be the Braun out there in left field. Doesn't even move as he watches that one sail 20 rows deep. And that is a home run. Howie Kendrick, and the Nationals are starting to open things up as the bullpen for both teams have absolutely killed both teams. First, it was the Nationals bullpen who gave up all those runs, and then Milwaukee had to finally pull their starting pitcher and go to their bullpen, and they have blown the season for Milwaukee right now. Parra, 2-3. Steve Wright, 3 called. So 1 up, 1 down. Suzuki, again, you cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Try to contain him. Victor Robles, center fielder. He is 0 for 3. 4-3. And Robles trying to get a base hit. 5-5. He's got it. Past the dive of Arcia. That one's going to roll out to Braun. And that is a hit. That brings up Suryo. Now, I guess you pull Suryo. Right? I guess you pull him. Let's see here. Let's look at bats. Bring in Dozier. Yeah. So Brian Dozier will come in to pinch hit. Because you're going to bring either a closer or somebody else in the 9th anyways. So Brian Dozier, 1-3, strikes out. So that's going to end it. So now you're up 4. Do you bother bringing in Doolittle? Or you're going to bring in Rodney, I think, first. And see if he can do it. And then Rodney is a righty, so they will counter with maybe a lefty. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Ben Gamble, the lefty. So Ben Gamble comes in from Milwaukee, and Fernando Rodney. Rodney was 0-5 with 2 saves, 5.66 ERA, 47 innings. 49 hits, 49 strikeouts, 27 walks. So this could be interesting. It is not over yet with both of these bullpens. Ben Gamble, he had 7 home runs, 2 stolen bases, 248 average. Let's see how he does against Fernando Rodney. 5-5, and Rodney starts him off with a walk. So that brings up Trey Grissom. It is not over yet. And against the lefties, a single and moving to third. So the first 2 men are aboard, and that will be it for Fernando Rodney, and Sean Doolittle gets the call. They can't wait any longer. They need 3 outs. 2 runners are already on. Sean Doolittle, do or die, 6-5 with 29 saves, 4.05 ERA, not great. 60 innings, 63 hits, 66 strikeouts, 13 walks. Can he get 3 outs here? Yasmani Grandal, down 4 runs. They need base runners. Grandal against Doolittle. Oh, we got a range play at the ballpark. Grandal, 5-5. And that's going to be DeSoto, who makes a diving stop out there in left field. And again, it is the failed check. Though it's green. Why did it fail and then it's green? This should not have been green. But anyways, he's going to score. So he will score on the flyout. So it's now a 3-run game with Mike Moustakas coming up. Moustakas, 254, 35 home runs. He's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. I don't think you pull Moustakas. You probably don't have anybody on the bench as good as him. He's your 3-hitter for a reason. 4-2, and we go to the ballpark again. And again, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 home run checks on the ballpark. 3 6s, not one of them. That's a ground ball in front of the plate. Suzuki is going to make the play at first. So Milwaukee is down to their last out. 3 runs down, and it's Kenston Harua. Counsell on the bench, pacing back and forth. Will his team on? And no, he cannot, as strike 3 is called, and the Nationals defeat Milwaukee 9-6. And the Nationals will take on the Dodgers in Los Angeles, just as in real life. What a comeback by the Nationals, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they had to come back against Milwaukee, but they did it against Josh Hader, actually, in the 8th inning, as the Milwaukee, Craig Counsell had no one to turn to and had to go to Hader early, I think, in the 8th inning, and Washington got a few runs on him and was able to come back. So Anthony Rendon with 2 home runs. Really? Well, let's save these game stats, shall we? Let's do that. Let's go to the game stats here. All right. So Anthony Rendon, 3 hits, 4 RBIs, a triple, and 2 home runs. Not a bad day for Anthony Rendon. Good thing their offense is able to outdo their crappy pitching. Scherzer, 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, no walks and 7 strikeouts. He did not have a great day, 4.50 ERA. Woodruff, on the other hand, Brandon, could have been MVP as he went, as you can see here, 3 at-bats, 3 hits, 1 RBI. 3 for 3, the pitcher goes 3 for 3, batted 1,000, not a bad day. And he pitched pretty decently as well. Problem is, Matt Albers did not pitch well. And Claudio did not pitch well. And Jay Jackson did not pitch well, which did not help Milwaukee at all. The 3 of them gave up 3 home runs. No, I'm sorry, 2 home runs. And 2, 4, 5 runs, the 3 of them. So there you go. As the Nationals win, and they will go to Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers. So now we have Dodgers, Nationals, Braves, Cardinals, and in the American League, we have Astros, A's, Yankees, Twins. So one of those 8 teams is going to win the World Series in 2019. So hopefully we'll see you all then for that. I appreciate everyone coming out. We had a lot of great content creators that came to my channel tonight, so make sure you go support them. Al, Red Sox fan, Baseball Demos, Viper Dave, Bleacher Bums Gaming, Kirk Berglund. Let's see who else came out. Anyone? I'm trying to think. All those guys have great, wonderful channels. Go check them out. Support them like they came out to support me. I'd appreciate it. Tell them that ID Jester sent you. So there you go. So we will be doing the Division Series next. I haven't decided which one. Probably it's going to be Yankees Twins first, since we haven't played those guys yet. And then it'll be Braves and Cardinals. And then we'll probably go to the other Division Series after that. So we get a chance to look at everyone. All right, so there you go. Anthony Rendon, 2 home runs. Howie Kendrick with 1. The Nationals with 6 runs in the 7th inning. Down 5-2. They go up 8-5. Get another run in the 8th inning. Milwaukee could only muster 1 in the 9th. But look at that. 6, 7, 8, 9th inning. There was a total of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 runs. 12 of the 15 runs were in the 6th inning or later. The bullpens for these two teams are just not very exceptionally good. Let's just put it that way. All right, guys. Thank you, one and all. Have a wonderful night. We will see you for Yankees, Twins, ALDS coming up next time. Thank you all. Have a good night. And we'll talk to you soon.